Mary meet Cancer. Cancer, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Cancers starting today, the 14th of June, 2023. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Jason, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Diane. Thank you so much, Jason, and thank you so much, Diane, and thank you to all of you Cancers and friends of Cancers for joining us for this 2-week reading. If you are watching this on YouTube on a restream, you don't want to watch me shuffle for the next couple minutes, you can go ahead and use the timestamp right in the video description to get right to the reading. I'm reading with this gorgeous medieval tarot today. This is published by Lo Scarabeo. I've already purified with my homemade lavender cologne, and you can find links for lavender colognes and for this deck in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel, should you desire to purchase it. Like I said, 2-week reading, all Cancer, sun, rising, and moon signs starting today, the 14th of June, 2023, goes out to lots of Cancers. Did I say Cancer? Yeah, Cancers. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to ring true for you, don't try to force it. Just disregard it and listen to another reading. I've got a bunch of them that you can listen to, one of the zodiacal readings for your other signs, or you could also listen to the general reading for all signs, which is each and every day except for Monday. And I also have a pick a card reading for the week that you can find all on my website, ariels-corner.com for restream, or you could also find it on my YouTube or Twitch channels. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to donate on YouTube. If you're watching live, you could use a super sticker or super chat, and if you're watching on a restream, you could use a super thanks. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us on Twitch, and if you're wanting to watch on Twitch without any of those pesky ads, you can subscribe to us. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, including tarot decks for sale. We make a small commission off of each and every sale, and it's just a fun, easy way to give us some support. Another way to support is to donate using our PayPal portal, and you can find that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. All right, Cancer, that's enough of all of that blab. I'm just so happy you're here with me, and I'm going to do my very best to give you the most accurate reading I can today. So let's just give this deck a very clean cut, and we will see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous, beautiful, fabulous Cancers. We've got a 7 of Swords. I love that one. We've got a 2 of Cups. Okay, well, we'll get there. Another 7. Boy, you're doing well with the 7s here. 7 of Coins. 7 is Venus, and Venus is victory on the tree of life. Victory, victory, victory. How is Venus victory? Venus is victory just because she's so gorgeous. Just because there's beauty everywhere. She represents beauty. She represents love. And because of that, love literally does conquer all. Love conquers all. And beauty conquers all as well. Think of like grass coming up through the concrete. You know, when everything is said and done, civilizations die, the beauty of nature still lives on no matter what, and will always overcome anything. And that's true in regards to your life right now, that you're going to overcome everything because of how gorgeous and beautiful and fabulous you are. Just because you're you. Right? You could just sit by and watch the world go by, and you would eventually be victorious because you're in that space, right? But you don't need to sit by and just watch it. You can be proactive, but there's a difference between being proactive and being impatient. And that's what this 2 of Cups is talking about. The 2 of Cups is talking about the fact that it's time for Cancer to recognize that Cancer doesn't need to do anything to be fabulous. You don't need to do a darn thing to be fabulous. You're fabulous just right now with no effort on your part. Why? Because you were created that way. And you keep expanding into more fabulosity at every moment. And that's just how it is. Recognizing that releases the power of victory into your life for your use. So many of you have overcome some conflict recently, have had a turnaround in your life where there was conflict, there was some sort of resolution, and you would be wrong to assume that that just happened by chance and aren't you lucky. It's not luck. It's because of who you are. It's because of who you are. Now, there's more of that to come. There's a lot more of that to come. But this time it's going to also be in probably a financial area for most of you, and or property and or health. So something to do with physical assets rather than just conflict in general. This is physical assets, usually money, but it can be any other kinds of things that you consider your source of wealth. Really turning around. Really, 7 is the number of upgrades. That's why they used to call it lucky 7, because, it must be luck. It's not luck. It's just the natural upgrading process that you're going through. Now, when you upgrade, I always like to talk, when you upgrade something, you have to let go of something, right? You have to let go of the older version of it. If you're upgrading your car, you don't necessarily keep the old car. You trade it in and you get a new one. If you're upgrading your software, the installer uninstalls the old version and installs the new version. So if you're upgrading your hairdo, you have to cut the old hair off and upgrade it with the new style. You can't have both. You don't put the old hairstyle on you don't put the new hairstyle on top of your old hairstyle, right? So letting go of what was in favor of what is to come, and recognizing that you don't have to be in charge of it all. That can be so scary, can't it? Like, well, wait a minute, I have to direct everything, don't I? If I don't direct everything, then everything is just chaos. I'm just at the effect of chance. I don't want that. No, it's not chance. It's not chance. It's infinite intelligence. It's the divine design of your life. You're already in the flow of that. You're in the flow of that just because of who you are. And I don't know why that's true for you, but I'm assuming it's because you've been doing work to get yourself in that flow. It's not being indicated here. Maybe it will in a minute when I open this up. But it's very clear that you don't have to do a darn thing except for accept it and not reject it and not push any parts of it. Just let it happen. Okay, here we've got it is because of you. Okay, we've got a 3 of coins. We've got a lover's card. And we've got a beautiful 6 of swords. Okay, so now these two cards are really helping each other out. The 7 of swords and the 6 of swords. The 6 of swords is that solar light, which is the divine design of your life. That solar light is reorganizing everything so that this 7 can come through. It's happening on your behalf. The reason why is it looks like you've worked hard. It looks like you've worked really hard on some things. And now you have to allow, you know how sometimes when you work really hard on let's just say if you're a gardener, you work really hard on tilling the soil and getting the soil just perfect and planting the seeds, and you just work. But then there comes a point where you don't work anymore. You can't work anymore. If you work anymore, then you're actually going to disrupt what's going on. You have to leave it alone. You have to let nature take its course and start the ball rolling. And then later you'll have to work again because it'll be time to harvest. You're in that period now where it's the waiting and trusting that infinite intelligence knows what it's doing because you have worked. Now these two cards are working together too. This 3 of coins and the 7 of coins, they are definitely on a very firm partnership. The work that you've done, the Saturn here, the work that you've done in the past is paying off. But Saturn doesn't work fast. Saturn works slowly but surely. And when it happens in a big way and in a long-term way. And then what happens is this Venus takes over and it beautifies it and upgrades it and beautifies it and upgrades it. There's a lot of beautiful growth ready to happen, but you can't push it. You can't push it. You have to trust it. So what do you do? Well, what I would recommend that you do is, because sometimes it's hard to just do nothing, what I would do is I would work with that solar light directly. So that way you can keep allowing yourself to return to that divine design. Because what the solar light is, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, is it's a force that emanates off of sphere number 6 on the Hermetic Tree of Life. And it's the reorganizing force. It's represented by the sun. Think about how the sun well, it's not even a reorganizing force, it's an orderly force. If how the sun the sun was this star, and let's just say the sun decided, I would like a solar system. So it spat out a bunch of parts of itself, and those parts of itself started to go into orbit around it, and then they eventually cooled. Those parts of itself eventually cooled and became planets. And then atmospheres were developed, at least on this planet, so that life could thrive. Right. And so, but the sun was the thing that started and keeps that in order. Our solar system is a system. Well, the same kind of order is in existence for you. It's called the divine order. And so the 6 here, what it does is if you put yourself in an alignment with that divine order, what you're doing is you're not telling the divine order, well, now I want you to do this, now I want you to do that. You're saying, I'm going to align myself with the divine order rather than trying to take and put myself in my own order, which is possibly out of harmony with the divine order. Why do you want to do that? Because the divine order already knows what makes you happy. The divine order already knows what makes you wealthy. The divine order already knows what your soul's journey is and what you're here to accomplish. And that doesn't mean that you don't have free will, but your free will is a lot different than what we think it is. The free will is, do I want to go with the divine order or don't I? Right? The don't I is this 2 of Cups, which is that impatience, which is saying, no, infinite intelligence doesn't know what it's doing. I need to hurry things along. Something isn't working, etc. Now, this 6 here, up here, this Lover's card is all about you receiving information and guidance and direction from a higher power. Look at how these people are looking at each other, and this angel is saying, yeah, but what about this? People think this is Cupid putting, an arrow of love into them. It's not really what it is, because it's not focused on either of them. It's focused somewhere else. But they're not looking. They're not paying attention to that. They're paying attention to something else. In this case, they're paying attention to each other. In some of the older cards of the Lovers, they're just looking all in different directions. There's 3 figures there. And this angel is saying, no, look here, look here. So the 6, the Lover's card is always you being reminded to contact and listen to divine guidance, because you'll know exactly what to do and where to go. I have a meditation based on this Lover's card that you may want to listen to if you have time. It's called Receiving Guidance on a Choice or Decision. And I think that would be a good thing for you. Even if you don't know about a choice or a decision, you might want to listen to it anyway, just so that you can put yourself in alignment with your guidance so that you always know what to do. If you're being guided, you're never going to feel impatient, because your guide is always going to say, oh, cool your jets. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's coming to fruition. Or if that's not the case, they'll say, you better get busy doing this, or you better get busy doing that, or call so-and-so, or don't say anything to so-and-so. You're going to get very clear instruction when you contact that inner guidance. So that's the best use of your attention right now, is listening to your guide and aligning yourself with that solar light. So another meditation, if you have time for another meditation, it's a very brief one. You can actually learn how to do it on your own because it's so easy. It's called the Solar Light Meditation. I have 2 different versions of it on my website and also on my YouTube channel. And it's very brief. You can learn how to do it. Run that solar light just to put yourself in alignment with that divine design. Listen to that guidance and watch things take off, because like I said, you're already coded for it. You really don't have to do a whole lot because you've already set the stage. What you do have to do, you will be shown. You will be shown. But a lot of this has to do with you getting out of the way right now and letting things happen. This is that growth phase, where the farmer can't do anything except for wait for nature to take its course. There will be a lot of work for you soon when it's time to harvest. Okay, but right now you have to have a little bit more of a hands-off approach. You are doing so well, Cancer. I am so excited. I love all these 7s. Everything is just becoming so beautiful for you. I will be back in 2 weeks for another general 2-week reading for you. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators Jason and Diane, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Cancer. Blessed be.